right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So today, we've got a spicy, quick 5-round descending ladder for you. We're going to be doing 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 of bar-facing burpees, hang power cleans, and push jerks. And we may be looking at this thinking, man, burpees, again, why are we doing all this stuff? And I don't even have a barbell. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well. And we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it, right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up, which is going to activate the muscles that we are going to be using in today's workout. So the first move we're going to do is reverse plank ups. And let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 reverse plank ups for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the reverse plank up is going to be reverse chest flies like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reverse plank ups together. Now this may be a bit hard on the wrist for some of us, in which case we may choose to do the glute bridge instead. And let's have Twin 1 demonstrate here. That's where we're going to lay on our back, pull the feet in super close to the hips, squeeze those glutes, get the hips higher and higher each rep. But if we are doing the reverse plank up as prescribed, then we've got those hands set aside, legs out in front, squeezing those glutes, getting the hips higher and higher each rep. And we want to think fast up, hold the top, slow on the way back down. And so good job on these reverse plank ups. Next, we've got some walk the floors. Let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 1 walk the floor for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the walk the floor is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 walk the floors together. So it could be that getting all the way to the ground is a bit of a challenge for us. In which case we have some options here. We can do the walk the floor down to the plank. Let's have Twin 1 demonstrate here. We're going to reach down, walk out to a plank, walk it back, and then reach back at the top. Or it could be that we do this off of an inclined surface, such as a counter or a sofa or whatever other inclined surface, maybe a sturdy chair. But we start with our feet up against that object. We're going to put our hands down, take a couple steps back, a couple steps forward, and then we clap overhead. But if we're doing the full walk the floor as prescribed, then we're going to reach down, walk out to that plank position, get the chest and thighs on the ground, lead with the hips on the way back up, and then we are reaching back at the top. So good job here on whatever version of the walk the floor works for us. Next, we're going to grab a broomstick and let's go ahead and look on as Twin 1 demonstrates 2 reps of pass-throughs for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the pass-through is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 pass-throughs together. So on these pass-throughs, we've got a nice wide grip on that broomstick, and we are pulling up and over, all the way around, touching that lower back in the back, belly button in the front. And Twin One knows the secret to a good pass-through, which is the smile, which relaxes those muscles and helps us to have a nice fluid range of motion. And so good job on these pass-throughs. Next, we're going to do some deadlifts. But first, Twin One is going to show us how we hold this thing. We're going to get the thumb wrapped around and the fingers over the thumb. And this is the hook grip. And so with this hook grip dialed in, let's go ahead and see 2 reps of the deadlift. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the deadlift with the hook grip is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts together. So on the deadlift, the feet are going to be about hip width apart. And at the start of the deadlift, those hips are going to be super low, but we've got the chest up, shoulders back, looking straight ahead. And we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core as we drive the ground away, getting to a fully standing position with the shoulders back at the top. And then, of course, we're bracing the core, keeping it close on the way back down as well. And so good job on these deadlifts. Next, we're going to roll into some clean pulls, which is similar to deadlifts, except we're going to add some speed past the knees. And let's have Twin One demonstrate 2 reps for us here. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then clean pull is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the clean pull together. So just like that deadlift, we are starting with those hips, with those feet about hip width, and hips are low, chest is up, shoulders are back. But as soon as we reach those knees, we are going to glute bridge and shrug those shoulders, getting that bar to pop with the power of the hips and the legs. And so notice, we're not bending the arm whatsoever. We're not curling it up. We're getting some lift due to that powerful hip extension. So good job on the clean pulls. Next, we've got some strict press. Let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 reps of the strict press for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the strict press is going to look like this. So let's all join in here and let's do 10 reps of the strict press together. So on the strict press, feet are going to be close together, and we've got a nice full grip on that broomstick, elbows nice and high, and we're going to take a deep breath in and press that bar up and back as we press the head through, and we are getting those biceps into those ears at the top of the motion, getting the head through to help activate those trap muscles and lock it out. So good job on the strict press. And finally, in this activation general warm-up, we're going to do the push press. Let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 reps of the push press for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then that push press is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the push press together. So on the push press, we're going to start the very same way as that strict press, except this time we're going to bend the hips and the knees, getting a little bit of a dip, and then drive the head through as we drive those arms back. And we want a nice vertical torso in that dip. So that means we need to bend both the hips and the knees. We want to act as if we're sliding our shoulder blades up and down an invisible wall that's behind us. We don't want to lean back or forward. So a simultaneous bend of the hips and the knees is going to help us to keep a nice upright vertical torso in that dip. So good job on the push press. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 3 moves that we are doing in today's workout. The first move is bar facing over the bar burpees. And this is Twin One's absolute favorite move in the world besides mountain climber plank shoulder taps. Let's go ahead and see 2 reps of the bar facing burpee. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the burpee is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 6 reps of the bar facing burpee together. Now we've got a number of options here. If getting all the way down to the ground is a bit of a challenge, we can do this burpee down to the plank position. Let's have Twin One demonstrate here. We get our hands down to the ground, take a jump or a step back, and then we step over or jump over the bar at our discretion. But this is just the kickback burpee getting to the plank position without getting the chest and thighs on the ground if we need to. Or alternatively, if we need to do incline burpees, we can get an incline surface such as a chair or a counter or a sofa or whatever the case. We're going to start with our feet up against the object, and then we're going to take a couple steps back. Optionally, we're going to include a push-up, getting the chest to touch, and then step back in and clap overhead. Or it could be that, hey, you know what? I can get down with the burpee, but I don't have the space to do bar facing burpees. I need to do lateral burpees. That's another option here as well. So that's where we get down to the ground, parallel with the bar, and then we jump or step sideways over the bar. And that's another option for us. So let's go ahead, if you haven't done so yet, and get a couple more practice reps here. But good job on these burpees, whichever version that we choose to do. The second move that we are doing in today's workout is hang power cleans. Now, it should be noted that anytime we first take the bar from the ground, before we start doing these cleans, we want to establish the hang position by locking out the deadlift. And then we can re-lower it back down to the knees before popping that up, getting those elbows up. Let's have Twin One establish the hang position, and then let's see 3 reps of the hang power clean. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the hang power clean is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in And let's do 10 practice reps of the hang power clean with that broomstick. So like we said, anytime we first take the bar from the ground, we want to make sure that we are standing completely up into that deadlift position. And then we can cycle out those reps, going down to the knee, and then using the power of the hips and legs to pop that up, flip those elbows, getting it to the shoulders. And we want those elbows pointing forward and up. Notice we are not letting that bar get way out ahead of us. We're letting that bar go up in pretty much a straight path by using the power of the hips, jumping with nice long arms before flipping it into place. If this is a lot of jumping and landing for us, then we don't need to necessarily jump and land. We can do the muscle clean. Let's have Twin One demonstrate a couple reps here. So still starting at the knees, still ending at the shoulders, just without the jump and the land. Focusing on the hip extension and elbows getting through. So good job on these hang power cleans. The third move that we are doing in today's workout is push jerks. And let's look on as Twin One demonstrates 2 push jerks for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the push jerk is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the push jerk together. So on this push jerk, we are starting the same way as that push press. We've got those feet underneath the hips, and we're going to get into a nice little dip. But then the difference is we are going to punch into a second dip. We are getting under it and then standing up to finish the lift. Now, this definitely takes some practice and coordination, and we want to practice this with the broomstick. But if the timing and the coordination just is not working out for us, then we can choose to do that push press instead, which was just one dip. Let's have Twin One demonstrate here. So just the one dip and then drive and press it out. And as long as we're getting it overhead for today, then that's fine. But the push jerk as prescribed, we have that first dip and then we are punching into a second dip, which allows us to efficiently get under more weight. So good job on these push jerks or push presses, whatever we choose to do. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight for today's workout, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 3 to 5 practice reps of those hang power cleans and those push jerks, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for the workout. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please let's not add any weight. That super light weight that we were just using in the warm-up is going to be more than enough for us today. It's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all of our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. Today is what I call a 2-fight song WOD. Maybe 3 if they're super fast, super high intense songs. So what's on your playlist? What's going to get you pumped up? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 5-round workout. The reps are starting high, then they're getting low. We've got 3 different moves we're dealing with. It'll be kind of simple, but then again, at the same time, it is also easy to get lost based on where we are. So experience has shown that having the workout written down close by is the best way to know where we are without getting lost. So if you're a teacher's pet like Mighty Mouse, first to the screen with the whiteboard and a scorecard, and we've got Twin One as well, ready to go. Let's go ahead and take a teacher's pet picture just to show how prepared you are. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer, and we're about to do this 5-round descending ladder workout of bar facing burpees, hang power cleans, and push jerks. Specifically, we're going to do 10 bar facing over the bar burpees, 10 hang power cleans, 10 push jerks, followed by 8 bar facing over the bar burpees, 8 hang power cleans, 8 push jerks, then 6 of each, then 4 of each, then 2 of each. And let's choose the right version of the burpee that's good for us. Maybe we're getting all the way down to the ground. Maybe we're getting down to the plank position. Maybe we're doing a combination of both, trying to dip our toe in the water, maybe getting closer to the ground with some reps, but finishing off in the plank. Similarly, maybe we're doing incline burpees, but maybe we can do some down to the plank. We are definitely about making progress here. So let's not just stick with the same option all the time. If we've been doing this for a while, let's at least try a couple reps of a more challenging version in each set there. On the hang power cleans, we are not adding weight unless we've been earning badges. But even if we are adding weight, then hopefully we're using a weight that we can do this whole thing pretty much unbroken. That's what we are looking for in this workout here. And let's remember on the hang power cleans, when we first take the bar off the ground, we want to establish the hang, locking out that deadlift before relowering it and then boom, cycling that bar. And then on the push jerks, if the push press is better for us, just the one dip, then that's okay for today. But the push jerk is a good way to get under a little bit more weight, and it's definitely worth it to practice that motion so that we can get better at that. So your score is going to be the time it takes you to get through these 5 rounds of descending reps of bar facing over the bar burpees, hang power cleans, and push jerks. If you are good to go, give me a thumbs up over here, and we'll get this started. I'm going to give us a 10-second countdown, and then I'm going to highlight Twin One to get us going. So here we go. 10 over the bar burpees, 10 hang power cleans, 10 push jerks, and then it's all downhill from there. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go, and we are off on these bar facing over the bar burpees, getting down, up, over. And notice how twin one is jumping these out, but stepping out of it. Actually, so she is jumping out of these as well. But we definitely, even though it's a shorter workout today, want to manage that pace so that we don't redline too soon. We've got Mighty Mouse doing some incline burpees here, doing more and more of these workouts from the standing position these days. But awesome work. Getting down, up, over through the first 10 reps here. And then after that, gonna get to that bar. Establish that hang position, and then cycle those reps out. So twin one, boom, getting it into the hang, hitting that pop, hitting the flip with those elbows. Pro tip, let's consider it 9 hang power cleans, and then take a quick break before locking out that deadlift, and then doing your last and 10th hang power clean, and then go straight into 10 unbroken push jerks. So twin one taking a quick breather there after that 9th. And then boom, locking out that deadlift, hitting the last hang power clean, and then let's go for 10 unbroken push jerks here. Hitting that dip, hitting that punch under, standing it out, Mighty Mouse as well. Getting that shoulder to overhead, pushing the head through, pushing the arms back. And then after we hit that 10th push jerk, we are dropping to the ground for the round of 8 burpees. And 8 cleans, then 8 push jerks. So Mighty Mouse already on this round of 8. Twin one about to join in the fun here. Hitting that jump back, step out, jump over. And while we are looking for a jump over the bar for our RX or intermediate or scale divisions here today, we can still choose to step the burpee portion of it. So stepping out, stepping up out of it, but then jumping over the bar. The stepping is a good way to manage that heart rate and keep moving. We got Mighty Mouse on these cleans in the round of 8. Making quick work of that bar. But in a 5-round descending ladder, the first round and the second round are very similar in effort and time usually. And here we go, cycling that bar. And Mighty Mouse already on those shoulder to overheads there. Similarly, in this round of 8, you may want to consider it 7 hang power cleans and then take a quick rest. Shake off those arms, establish that hang, go into the 8th clean, right into those jerks. And there she goes, hitting that dip, jump, punch under. Mighty Mouse already on this round of 6. The round of 6 is what I call the bridge. This 3rd round is where we really start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the first round that really starts to feel like less reps. And just like that, Mighty Mouse already done with those burpees. Twin one closing out round 2. Everyone on track to finish within the target window, which is what we want to see. The target window is nothing more than the best way to know if we made the right choices in today's workouts. And what do we mean by that? Well, if we pick the right weights, and do the appropriate movement options for us, then we're going to finish somewhere within the target window of time. Too much under, hey, that means maybe we could have challenged ourselves a little bit more with the weight or the movements. Over the window means, you know what, probably we went too heavy or picked too challenging an option to stick to given the intent. And so it's a balancing act as we're progressing into the heavier divisions, picking and choosing which movements and weights are good for us. But the idea always is to pick weights that allow us to finish within the target window. Mighty Mouse already on this round of 4 here. As we get into the round of 6, we may break it up or we may start to consider going completely unbroken. But Mighty Mouse in the lightning rounds. Those rounds of 4 and 2 go by in the blink of an eye. Twin 1 closing out this round of 6 here. On track to finish within the window. But nice work here. Mighty Mouse closing that out. Twin 1 dropping into this round of 4. The lightning rounds here. Mighty Mouse on this round of 2. Finished with those burpees, about to hit the 2 cleans. And then the 2, shoulder to overhead. And that is time for Mighty Mouse. Twin 1, picking that bar up for this round of 4. Cycling that bar, hitting those 3 cleans, considering it, boom, went for it, and now going straight into 4 unbroken push jerks. Just 1 more to go in this round. Boom, and then completely going to the wall here for this round of 2. Boom, and then picking that up. For the last time. Cycling out those cleans. And then just 2 jerks here to finish it off. And that is time for Twin 1. Well, that was exciting as always. But now we're at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. And this stretch is super important to help us fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're gonna do, child's pose stretch. That's gonna be where we've got those arms out in front of us, hips back, and we are sinking into this stretch like this. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're gonna get those arms up and pull back like this. And while we're doing this, let's reflect on the workout. Let's do some high-low buffalo. So, high. What is one thing you feel you did well in today's workout? Low. What is something you want to do better the next time it shows up? And buffalo. What is something that surprised you about today's workout? While we're thinking about that, let's thread the needle here. So we're going to get one arm forward, other arm through, and we are sinking into this stretch like this. And while we're here, let's hear from Twin 1. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're getting the one arm across the chest and pulling back with the other one like this. But what is your high-low buffalo twin one?
So my high were the hang power cleans, low were the push jerks. I still struggle with the overhead ones. Buffalo was that I was able to push through the push jerks because that was hard. Trying to fit in all of them at once towards the end. I kept wanting to put it down on the one right before the last, but I was like, no, these are shorter smaller numbers. Let's keep it up. So I was able to push through that.
I noticed that, and yes, pushing through, going unbroken in those last couple rounds, definitely a goal to shoot for. And you were hanging on. I could tell you were reconsidering even, but you toughed it out and fought through it. So good job, twin one. And let's go ahead and thread the needle on the other side. We got the other arm forward, other arm through, sink it into this like this. And while we're on this side, let's hear from Mighty Mouse. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we got the other arm across the chest, pulling back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Mighty Mouse?
My high was the push jerks. I didn't really have a low, but the buffalo was that I was able to do the workout, the whole workout, standing. I took my time, and so it made it more easier for me to do transition from each workout. So it was a good workout.
No, you did great with that for sure. And yes, let's definitely get an ovation for Mighty Mouse Twin One. Loving to see the progress. We are all loving to see it, Mighty Mouse. Seeing you up and out, hitting pretty much 90% of these workouts from the standing position and really bringing that A game, keeping Twin One on her toes. Always amazing to see. Good job, Mighty Mouse. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left, this sweaty selfie. Because does this count if we don't take that selfie? Let's flex on the camera and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fists in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps, Fit Crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Fit Crew.
Fit crew.
Fit Crew. Thank you so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.